Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. Gorilla Guitar Repair here. We've got a very unique guitar headed for the bench today. Look at that. Can't get any more rock and roll than Marshall on a Gibson case, right? All right, let's check this thing out. Flick, 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 flick. All right, ready? Ooh, that case is effed. Wow, look at that thing, huh? This is a 1973 Gibson Les Paul Custom edition, and our mission for today will be to refretify and replacify these wrong very boy, look at that. We got an invader. It's been invaded. All right, stay tuned. We're gonna de-invade and re-pick up this cool old 1973 Gibson Les Paul Custom. Stay tuned. See ya. All right, let's give you guys a little more of a once-over here in the case. Look at this cool. I don't know if I've seen an orange custom case before. I've seen the purples and what the heck? I've seen some other. This is a very different looking orange to me. You guys ever seen that? Anyway, let's get her over to the bench. Oh wow, this is definitely a 70s Les Paul. I'm gonna have to get the scale out because that's gonna be a solid 10 pounds minimum. This particular Gibson 1973 Custom Les Paul has kind of a different story than the other stuff I've been working on. This actually came from the, came from that store that closed up semi-locally, but this particular guitar was the shop owner's personal instrument. So this is kind of cool. The guy actually has passed away since, so it's going to be kind of neat to clean this all up, get it back to playing condition. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. These frets have been worn down to like nothing. Wow, yeah, I bet my fret file wouldn't even touch the top of those frets. There is nothing left. And of course, the old owner definitely was he liked to mod and tinker with stuff. And almost every single piece that wasn't a off the rack piece, anything that he owned or that had been there for a while, often had these crazy mods. He liked high output apparently, which is good. We also like high output, but in this particular guitar, we're gonna have to make it right. Oh wait, we forgot to power on Vintage Lumens generator with custom red subscribe button. Nailed it. You guys do the same. I appreciate it. I don't even know what we're up to for peoples, but it's around 8,000. I thank you all. It's kind of bizarre, but I like it. Anyway, here, check this out. We're going to be putting, oh, what do we have here? Ooh, look at that. Embossed. So we're not dead sure that these were the pickups that came out of that, but they are period correct. So we're going to put them in it. These, I think they've been removed, maybe? It looks like they've been removed once before. That solder doesn't look... Yeah, and that cover is definitely... Yeah, that's been removed. So we're going to pull these off and make sure everything's good. And then we'll get a look and see what's under the hood. What are these? Patnos? Yeah. Vintage Patno. Another vintage Patno. I think it's going to be T-tops, probably. Guess we'll find out in a second. But first... Let's get this all apart. These strings are, oh boy, crusty strings. Here, you guys want to see how crusty? Zoom in. Yeah, look at all that, all the crust. So these strings are all done. Let's clip these right off. I don't know why this tailpiece was in there versus this. I'm not sure which. I think this is more Gibson-y. I'm going to say this probably isn't. Oh, this is that's cool. This looks like a solid all brass tailpiece, whereas this is just plated. That's neat. I like that. But we're going to put the original back on. That means that's definitely got some heft versus this one here. We should get our scale and measure this before we start taking too many pieces off. All right. So ready, set, pause. All right. Here it is. So let's, I know the string's got to weigh a little bit, but we'll put this on with the, how it sits, with the brass. All right. So let's swing up a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right, what do we got here? So you guys can see. Down over there we go. Ready. Try to keep it as steady as I can. We got there 10 pounds, 11.5 ounces. Yeah, she's got some meat on her bones, that's for sure. So let's see what, this is what I think is the stock Gibson tailpiece, which is 1 ounces. And the solid brass, 3.7 ounces. Wow, that's crazy. Yep. 1.1. Huh. What made a difference? Okay, 1.1. And that makes 3.7. So, yeah, that's definitely got some heft. Probably another 10 pounds of brass in that pick guard. All right, we don't need this out here anymore. Okay, that's really unfortunate there. I might see if, I know our finish guy here, Doug. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, you should. He does lots of cool finish stuff. Doug McCormack. That's Mac, not Mick. And you'll find it. It's got like an angel picture thing on his profile picture. But yeah, he's on YouTube, does cool videos. But he can make this look probably pretty flawless. Being that's only that one spot. I bet he had something like a GK or something around there. He liked to put a bunch of that. Oh, well, no, maybe not. Oof, look at that. Well, maybe we'll just leave it as is. But I'll still check. It'd be nice to get this part. I know we probably don't need to get that fixed, but it would be nice to get that fixed. All right, how bent is this bridge? A little bit. Kind of happens to Gibson bridges over time. I think there's enough room to cut the saddles down to make it work. So that looks, yeah, that's Gibson, all right. That's the Patno bridge also. Okay, get rid of these tetanus strings. I bet it's been quite some time since this guitar has seen the light of day. Must have been very moist in that store because most of the stuff coming out of it is every bit of metal is tarnished. All right, we're gonna trigger warning. All right, get this off of here. Come on, man. There we go. Out. Okay. All right. That over there. And let's see what looks like under here. It's quite the color tone difference, huh? It's bright and then dark. Let's look at dark, dude. Oh man, somebody put a name on the headstock that isn't Gibson or Les Paul. And it's on the back. I'll show you in a second. That's a bummer. I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's different than the last owner because his name didn't really have anything to do with, look at this. We have SM Lauer. Anybody know SM Lauer? This guy's name was not SM or Lauer. So, but yeah, 891459 is a serial number. But I guess that's before they could do I guess they didn't start doing the serial number coding until after that. All right, next, yeah, let's see what we got going on in here. Ooh, there's some ugly solder, that's for sure here. You guys check it out. Zoom in. We got, whenever you see electrical tape, that's when you know it's high quality work. Ooh, look at those solder balls. Zoom right in there, look at that. But let's check this out. You guys want to see the worst I saved it just because I wanted to show it to people, but where did it go? Oh, here it is. So I'm not joking. This pot that hold on. This pot that I'm about to show you was actually in a customer's guitar. And for some reason, maybe you guys can help me out here, but for some reason it had no output. I mean, maybe, I don't know if any of you guys could see what the problem is here. I kind of was a little lost, so I just, you know, I figured we'd just try replacing the pot. But yeah, that was in a customer's guitar. Obviously needs more solder, right? Anyway, this work isn't a lot better, but oh, somebody's here. No worries. That was one of the store warehouse guys scrounging for coffee. And we had some. Boy, if I would have been smart, I would have turned on my soldering iron while I was showing him how to use the Keurig machine. All right, let's get the rest of this taken apart while we're waiting for that. Mobosh. Oh, I'm gonna swing out so you guys can see what's happening. There we go. There we are. Trying to be less of a terrible cameraman, but still pretty terrible. Any of you guys who are local in the area, I know where you're thinking where I'm going with this, but I'm going to shamelessly self-promote the store next to us, Manchester Music Mill. Oh, wow, look at that. Well, hold on. You guys got to check this out first. Wow, look at that crud, fuzz, whatever it is on the... Ew. Meh. It's like belly button lint. Anyway. So the store next to us, Manchester Music Mill, is having their fall cleaning. It's almost like everything must go. Basically, all the stuff that came with the stuff from the store, they had to take everything. Like every bit of stuff had to come out of that building, and there was so much stuff. So there's lots of projects and weird stuff and cool stuff and some odd brand like PA and guitar cab stuff that is nice. They often have really good speakers in it, but it'll be like a name brand that isn't very popular anymore because the store basically was only fully operational like 20 years ago. But anyway, yeah, if you guys are local, stop in. They're gonna do it Friday morning, I think, 8 a.m. They're starting the warehouse, like clean this building out sale. And then I think they're also doing extra bonus deals on regular store stock stuff as usual. They usually give bonuses whenever they do their crazy sales. But it's gonna be like almost like a musical flea market. So I highly recommend anyone who likes thrifting and junking and finding things to come and check her out. That shouldn't go on that lug. That was incorrect, sir. Maybe? Oh, maybe. Yeah. Yes. All right, get off of there. What is still stuck? There it is. All right. The pots look original. Might just clean them up a little bit. I think they work. But yeah, anyway, stop in. The shop, I mean, it's not technically open that early, but if anybody needs something, I wouldn't mind, helping people out. Because I usually am here at 8 a.m. also. And don't worry, I'll do my own shameless self-promotion later. All right, let's see, is this oh, it is a Duncan Duncan BJ, and you guys want a BJ from Seymour Duncan? I know everyone out there definitely wants a BJ from Mr. Seymour Duncan. So, or is that a 2? No, it's J. Huh. I'm assuming that just means Invader. And this looks like a Lawrence. I would say this is a Bill Lawrence, but let's see here in a second. Yeah, L500. Yeah, these don't sound bad. I'm not sure I'd have one in the neck position. L500 Rhythm. I wonder don't know if I've ever used a Bill Lawrence neck pickup. I've only ever used the bridge pickups. Here, you guys want to check out the routes? They look pretty good. Doesn't look to be any messing around in there. A little bit of finish lifting there in that spot. All right, so I think the next step here is we're going to defretify it, because that's what we're gonna need to do anyway. Oh, we gotta change these knot here. We're gonna put, these are definitely not original. We have these because we don't have any actual, but these look pretty good. They're not, I don't think they're aged, but they definitely look like they're of older vintage, you know what I mean? But yeah, let's see if we can, come over there. Oh man, wow, dang, like hammer it, import pots down onto it. Let's see if we can do this. This is the way I've always found is the easiest way to remove pots, is with a rag. That way you can just do it like that. And hopefully they don't break. These are, oh, all right, that one's still together. Although I'm not so worried about breaking these. These definitely are not vintage. There. Right. And I know they make a puller, and there are other ways to do it, but I've always had the best luck. Come on. Wow. That one was right on there. Did it break? Wow, it didn't break. Okay. We're going to take all the electronics out because am I going to buff the top? Yeah, I probably will. I just have to be careful around this spot. So we're going to pull everything out, do it all, get it all buffed up, look as good as possible. Oh, that's almost coming out anyway. Oh, don't lose the parts. Okay, this one come out easy. Yep. Get these out of the way. That's cool. They still do it. This is old enough, so they still do it that style. They say it's a 73. Didn't they convert? You guys, anybody know? Didn't they start doing stud mounts by then? Know what I mean? These, where these go right into the wood. I wonder if this is older than 70. Well, I don't know. What do we got? Let's look at the evidence. We have there's no tittle on the dot on the eye, no little dot, and we have it's a pretty small volute, really. This could be older. I wonder if this is like 71 or 70. It's pancake body. Huh, what do you guys think? I think this thing could be older than a 73. All right, maybe there's some clues under here. Let's see, sometimes there's writing up in there. Shouldn't there be a plate in there? I almost think there should be a plate in there. Again, this guy modded a lot of his stuff, so there's no guarantee any of this is original. I guess we can check the pot codes. Let's take a look at the pot codes and see what we got. Bet that ground should be connected. Well, the pots do say 73. 37, right? Yeah, I think so. I'm not so sure these are original also, because again, we like to mod things. Yep. 1377303. So that should mean 73. Okay, here. But also, I don't, well, look at this though. What does that mean? This one says 70-027. See if we can see this one. That also says 73. And this this one is also, ooh, what do we got here on the side? I might have to get my magnifiers to see that one. That one also says 73. Okay, I mean, the pots do say 73. I don't know. I'm just curious. I'm doubtful. Very well could be. You guys let me know. Let's hose these pots down some more and let them sit with some deoxit. I'm sure they need it. We can have lots of time to work. This might end up being a multi-part video, just so everyone's aware. Is that gonna stay? All right, I guess they'll stay, as long as they're not falling out and getting caught on the bench. Let's take this cover off. We're gonna need some more Bosch. Ooh, look at the fuzz on that switch. Here, look at that. It's just covered in crud. Let's hose that down. Let that sit and think about it. All right. Next, yeah, let's, here, you guys want a closer view of these frets? I mean, look at, there is like nothing left. See if we can get a better, like lower, yeah, look at that. This would have been fretless wonder. I'll put small frets back in it, but I've got to have something to work with. Yeah, especially up here. There's like, here, where's, we can have some comparisons here. So we'll take one of these fret guards. Look at that. So you all know how thin these fret guards are. And it just, see if I can get a better angle to dangle here for you. But yeah, look at that. It just doesn't even quite, it just barely pokes up through that. I mean, it's almost, running my finger across it, it's almost like smooth. Yeah, so these are, you know, you guys have seen these things, they're that thin. So these frets are just a little bit thicker than those fret guards. So they gotta go. And to do that, we're going to do this. There we go. How about that? That's better. We're going to use a soldering iron. First, we're going to scuff these up. This will do. These sanding blocks work very good for this. Oh, let's get this brass truss rod cover. 10 pounds of brass right here, right? This thing's thicker than those frets. Oh yeah, that's the sound of tone. So here's what we're gonna do. You guys have seen me do this before, but I'll do a little quick version and then we'll go time lapse and we'll see how long we get into this. This might be a, you know, tear down, and then tomorrow will be the, you know, see how it came out video. But who knows? Here's how we do this. I'll do this one and then I'll just do them all. But take a little bit of solder. Yes, I know, solder's dangerous. I know. But it transfers the heat much more quicker. And so here you go. You guys here, let's angle that and zoom in. There we go, look at that. Oh, stop moving. Stop moving. Stop, there he is. There it is. So just kind of go like this. And when it turns nice and shiny, so you know it's ready. And do this left-handed so you guys can see how we're doing it. Just get your fret pullers under it. And there it is. Yeah, it comes right out, no problemo. With minimal chippage, even in ebony. I know a lot of guys are afraid to refret old ebony, but if you heat your frets like this, they will come out with very minimal chips. I can't say none, because you never know what's going to happen, but so much more better than not heating them up. So yeah, I'm going to solder all of them, and then we'll pull them, but that's, again, long, boring, so we'll time-lapse it. Ready, set, time-lapse. All right, we got all of them out except for the last one. I thought I'd give you guys, I know I always say use heat always, and here's another big reason why. Here, watch this. Watch this fret when I go to heat it up. The lower ones, maybe they might have had it refretted up here at one point, maybe, I don't know. But watch this. Watch all the smoke that's going to come out of here. Ready? Look at all that. All that, that's all the glue that's under that fret. And if you don't do that, come on. Oop. These are kind of fighting me a little bit. There we go. But yeah, if you don't do this and destroy that glue, you'll pull out chunks every time. And if you do this, look at that. Gently, little gentle wiggles, and it comes right out. And this one might have been, maybe replace that? I don't know. Let's see here. Let's crust the stuff off of there. But yeah, look at this. No cheaps. No cheaps. That one, I think somebody's messed with that. You can see where it looks weird right there. So there's a lot of glue. These all had a lot of glue. So maybe though it was refretted up here maybe a little bit. But no chips. See that? No chips. All that old ebony and no chips. So here, let's go back, swing out. There we go. Next step is we're going to throw away all these old frets because we don't need to save them. That's that. And this is definitely going to be a two-part video, and you know why? Because I just took advantage of that StewMax 20% off sale that they were having, and I decided to buy myself, I splurged, and I bought myself their newest fret nipper, which we'll see if it's any better than their last newest fret nipper. So these are what I have. These are my favorite. These are the old school kind, and I've had to like wedge metal in here because they're getting a little worn. So I know these are, I had 2 pairs of these, and my last pair broke right here. So I know that eventually these are going to break. So I bought these. I bought this kind, and it works okay. It's not as clean as this, and I've tried different, you can change the plates, but it's not as clean as this kind. So they have another new version now, so what we're going to do is we're going to try all 3 versions when we're trying to refretify this thing, and I want to see which one works better. I'm sure you guys want to see that also, but that means I have to wait until it gets here, because I just ordered it like tail end. They had 2 hours left of their sale. I ordered a bunch of StewMax stuff, and if you have the StewMax, if you're a shopper, you might as well get it, just because, I mean, it definitely pays for itself, and non-sponsored, unless they want to pay me, which would be cool. But yeah, like yesterday we ordered, I think, like $500 worth of stuff. I need some frets, that tool, and some router bits, stuff like that, general supplies, and it basically would have been almost $500, and it was right around, well, it was $400, so save $100, why not? And StewMac has always been great with their customer service. I remember I had one bad tuner in a set, and they just sent me a whole new set of tuners and said, keep the ones you have. So no complaints. This stuff is a little expensive, but just wait for the sales. All right, I gotta clean off, well, at least the first layer of filth here. It's I gotta be honest, it's a little clown bursty. A little. I'd still, you know, I wouldn't kick it out of bed for eating crackers. That's for sure. But it's, I don't, these aren't my favorite bursts. All right, let's see how this neck looks. Neck looks real good, actually. Here, you guys want to? It looks nice and straight. It just basically needed new frets. We're going to pop that nut out of there because I'm going to do some minor leveling because there's always a little bit of deviation. So, let's see. Has that been out of there? That looks like it's been out of there. So, I'm betting if I give it a little love tap and it'll pull right out. So, let's try this. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we want to heat it. Oh, I think I saw it move. Maybe not. Wow. That is in there still. Let's see if I can knock it sideways. Come on now. Maybe that is the original. All right. Here's how we do this. First, we take this old Strat trem block, and I don't want to melt a little bit of something there in that binding piece, but I don't want to melt the binding. So it actually works fairly well if you have an old half-used piece of sandpaper. Come on. Of course, I can't get the backing off. This last roll has been much less cooperative than previous rolls. But sandpaper's pretty thick and tough, so we'll just leave that right there. Leave that right there as you stay. And now we need heat gun. Let's see, I'll time lapse just the slow part because it's going to be loud and annoying. All right, we can turn the soldering iron off though. I'll blow a circuit. All right. All right, that was about a minute and a half. That's usually sufficient. Let's see where that's one. Okay. So now we'll grab these. Oh, boy, that thing is slippery. Come on now. Wow. Let's see now if we got a little more. Yeah, I think we're loose now. Yep. All right, now give it a couple of good. Come on now. Oh, really? There we go. It's moving. Come on. Wow, that is in there. There we go. Oh, yay. Look at that. Came out clean. That's why you heat them. If you heat them, you break the glue bonds a lot easier. And you don't pull up chunks most of the time. Sometimes you still do, depending on what they used. But I think that was original. All right. Now we can have access to plane this board out, and the nibs are almost non-existent as it is, so there's not going to be any nibs on this when we're done. Sorry about that. Okay, move you guys back here, and let's see if that truss rod nut feels okay. Yeah, it's fine. It needs a little lube. Everything's better with lube, right? It's definitely got some corrosion in there, so we're going to take this all the way off and get some. Oh yeah, that truss rod is gross. Here, hold on, get this off there and you guys can take a look. it's so crusty that I can't quite get it to spin without the tool, which is annoying. Ah, that's good enough. Here, check it out. And zoom. Look at all the rusty crusty on there. So, we need to get a little bit of lube in there. Just let that kind of, whoop. There we go. And that'll make everything better. So, let's see. Ooh, it's definitely got a decent amount of forward bow with no tension. I knew those were going to fall out and be annoying. I knew it. Knew it. So let's put those in there. And we're going to put this back on like this. Okay, we need some more Bosch. Oh, those are over here. Yep. Right? Maybe? All these screws are so... There they are. That's what I'm looking for. So we only need a couple. There. Now things won't fall out. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to now lightly level this out. I'm going to try to correct a little of the upward thing here. I don't want to go too much because then you start... Oh, it's plenty thick. These dots aren't very big. These are smaller dots. Another reason why I think this might be older than a 73. I thought the dots got bigger, but I could be totally wrong with that. But you don't want to make it kind of look like it's eating into the dots. And also, I don't know how thick these inlays are. But it hasn't been refretted before, so I think we're safe. Sometimes you can start leveling and you'll actually start burning through your inlays. You'll notice the edges, which are nice and bright and white right here. If you guys ever have an old Les Paul and you can see the corners start turning dark, it's because somebody sanded them down too far. And basically they sanded through everything but like just the very back clear bits of that. So it looks black because they use, Gibson typically uses black glue in these, or you're just seeing the back of the wood. But yeah, let's level this out and maybe we'll have time to level and polish it out and then we'll call it for today. What do you guys think? Definitely want to wait for my new fret nippers to come in. All right, I'm gonna clean up the bench and we'll time lapse it out. And yeah, all right, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And oh yeah, we didn't do my shameless self-promotion yet. So if you want me to work on your cool thing, give me or us a call down here at The Music Techs, 603-625-6110. You can text to that number. You can email me at that email right there. You can visit our website right there. And we fix just about anything musical. So I appreciate it. I'm talking to another guy with another warped Warwick that he might be shipping here for me to fixify. So again, thanks for doing all the things. End of shameless self-promotion. This out of the way. So yeah, we'll see you guys at the next part. We're going to time-lapse this out. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you. Oh, wait. We were going to test and see what those pickups are. So let's do that. Now that my bench is half cleaned up. Let's see what these pickups are under the hood. So, oh, these weren't even soldered. Yeah, all right. Here we go. So yeah, they are definitely T-tops, as seen there. I probably should get some wax in there and pot these. Get rid of any ringy-dingies. Okay. So, again, we can't 100% promise these are original, but, all right, we got T-tops there. This one looks like it's... All right, so we're going to have to measure these to figure out which one's which, because this cover is for the bridge. This covers for the neck. Let's get our multimeter. Let's see what we got here. Oops. There we are. you guys can see. Zoom in a little bit. There we go. So this one is 7.55. And this one is, oops, this one doesn't have much of a lead sticking out. Come on. Oh, dang it. Oh, this wire is so old and crusty. I might have to actually get the wire strippers to get this. I can't quite get it to push. Oh wait, there we go. Grab that. There we go. Got it. So let's see what this one is. 7.87. So that's going to be the bridge. So these are backwards. All right, so this wants to be this one. That's better. And yeah, we'll pot these also. They should be, oh, you know what? I think these were the originals. Look at that. The solder lines right up to where it should. So these did have the originals, and they probably were potted. I can feel like a waxy. Is there wax around it? Maybe they weren't. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to leave them like this. If they're microphonic, I can always pot them afterwards, right? And those line up. Look at that. I love it when a plan comes together. So we should probably get something to squish that down so it's not so bent out and bulgy looking. Hold on, let me grab a clamp. All right, so I'm gonna be really, really gentile here, but I'm just trying to get this side. Whoops, there we go. There we go, keep a little bit of pressure on that. That way when I solder it, it will squish further. Hopefully this piece will stay. So let's try that. I know I'm putting non-original solder, but you got to get it started a little bit. Come on now. Okay, that's better. And this side. There. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Oh, you guys not seeing what's happening? Probably not even seeing what's happening. There we go. Oh, I can get some solder on that clamp. That's not good. I just want to stick to the clamp. All right, but the bent side got fixed, and now we'll just fix this side also. Now it doesn't want to stick. Come on, you want to stick? You know you want to stick. Oh, there we go. I think we need a little bit of fresh solder. There we go. Come on, there we go. That'll work. I'm okay with that. This one, I don't think we really need to reclamp it. That one's better. All right, here, let's do this a little bit just to reflow it. There we go. Come on. There. There. Okay, so those were definitely T-tops. We've measured them. And look at that. Now they're all back together. Oh, yeah. We've saved all the tones. So now we'll move on to planing that board out. All right. For real this time. See ya.